Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl, Deya Direct, and welcome to Girlfriend FM. And here on Girlfriend FM, we do all things that relate to women. And I have to say that I believe in being a strong black woman, but today I feel extremely powerful and blessed because I am with the first black female superhero, and trust me, she is still bringing it down and breaking it up like only she can. Miss Foxy Brown, Pam Grier, hello and welcome to Girlfriend FM.
Thank you. Well, I get my foxiness from you and you
I received
and
that.
all of us sisters out there who support one another and know, what it's been like. I mean, to have a career for 40 years
Mm.
and be vital and open and learn and share. It's a great journey.
I,
I retired 5 years ago,
that's what I was
but
gonna say. I'm like, can you catch up to
no, I
yourself?
can't. I can't.
Let me
There's
just,
still so
yeah,
much
yeah.
going on, and to see you, congratulations with your show and your
Thank
position
you, thank
because
you.
you inspire others to follow in your footsteps.
Well, but it's sisters like you, and I don't want to have a complete love fest, but it is really sisters like yourself and Sheila Frazier and others who have, you set the boundaries for us. You set the table, and here we are trying to do it. And in that same spirit, how are you? I mean,
I'm
health wise,
fantastic.
please tell us a little bit about your journey because here on the Tom Jordan Morning Show, we have a season called Doctor Season, and it's called Take Your Loved One to the Doctor Season.
Yes,
And
I've heard it. I heard it this
yeah,
morning about
did you?
testosterone in men. Yes.
See, and so I just want to know a little bit about your journey because you have a significant journey as it relates to health.
Yes, well, I grew up in a predominantly rural environment, even though I had military and urban. But my grandfather was the first feminist.
Mm.
And he always wanted all the girls in our family to fish, hunt, drive the boat, be self sufficient. We ate organic foods, drank pure water from a well.
Mm.
Everyone lived over 100. We
So
didn't
is that why
have the
your skin is
cancers.
so fabulous?
Once in a while, yes, until my mother throws some, so I break out because my mother stresses you out. You know how mamas are. Yeah, yeah. But literally, he provided an instinct. There wasn't the boundary that in certain societies and culture where women are restricted from being the best women they can be. My grandfather wanted me to be that. So whether it was genetic or health or stress or whatever, living on Air Force bases, there's nuclear warheads, there's DDT, there's toxic environments we grew up in. I developed a cancer at the age 39 that was, career ending and could be life ending. And so after I went through the therapies and the procedures, my physician sent me to Chinatown.
No, it was that the cervical cancer?
No, it was an invasive everywhere. Some people say, well, cervical could be in just in one small area, and if you ignore it, can grow to your intestines,
Mm.
to your colon. Sometimes it'll start in your colon, stay in your colon. They call it colon cancer.
Mm-hmm.
It can go to your ovary and just stay in your ovary. But if you ignore it and it spreads very quickly, it can be in all those areas
Mm.
and go to your bone marrow and go to your pancreas.
Well, take me on the journey for a
So
second. How did you know that you had a cancer?
I didn't know. I had no symptoms. I was running 7 miles a day.
What?
I ride horses. I jump horses.
But you were running 7 miles a day?
I run. I love
Wow.
running.
I love it.
And I had no symptoms, and I just happened to be in California, and it's time for an exam. And I said, oh, well, I'll get it here as opposed to go home and do it. I was on a show because I live in Colorado and I commute. All my jobs are on location anyway. And as a professional, you write off all your trips, your car, your tires, your gas, everything, hotel, food, everything is a write-off.
Right. Business.
So it's all business management. So I go in and I see a doctor, and they called me that afternoon. They said, well, you need to come in and get a biopsy. And I go, oh, why? Is it time or something? He said, no, we found something. We don't know what it is, but you need to come and do that. So I did that. And they said, well, you have a cancer, a precancer, and it's not even pre, it's in a stage where we can eradicate it, freeze it, it's gone, but it has to be done in at least 3 weeks. Really? Okay, run it by my mother. She's an RN. And she's worried. And she says, oh, Al, we're going to address this. I'll fly out, take time off from work, fly out. So I have the surgery. That night, the pathologist calls the doctor. The doctor calls me and says, you coming in tomorrow. You have a stage 4. We found it in an area around that it is critical. We'll talk to you when you get in. we go in, my mother and I, you have 18 months to live if you don't do these things.
18 months to live.
Seriously.
And how old were you?
39.
Wow.
And had just done Above the Law with Steven Seagal. And about to direct, some work and write and do theater, do a lot of things that I've been doing theater for like 4 years. And you hit that brick wall. And he says, and by the way, you're going right over to Cedars-Sinai Cancer Center right now. And I said, this is serious. It's not next week, but right now. By the time you get there, you'll get all your bands or identification, blood tests. You'll be storing blood for your surgery. You're going through all the process, and your life stops. You're not even thinking about tomorrow. You don't even think about your past or what? The comprehension. So I go over there, and you see every walk of life at this cancer center. This is for real. Life or death. I make the choice to live, or I make the choice not to live. How do I do this? If so much coming at you, towards you. And I tell my mother, and she knows exactly what I'm going to experience.
And hold for a moment, because when we come back, we're going to find out about that journey with Pam Grier and how she got on the journey to healing and continuing on the rest of her very fabulous and adventurous life. But wow, life is real. And we're keeping it real right here on Girlfriend FM. This is your girl, Deya Direct. Stay tuned for part 2 with Pam Grier.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun. And then she's playing on Smallville, Amanda Waller. Yes.